Greetings! You are in for a treat today with our presentation of the Tale of Mkeke. Sit back and let your mind wander the storytelling universe of Sundiata, the tale weaver. This is a classic story based on an African folk tale. There are different versions of the tale, but this one is made for you Vortex Talers. It teaches about stranger danger and how to be safe in the world. Enjoy!
Welcome to the tale of Mkeke. There was once a little girl named Mkeke. Mkeke lived far away in a land distant from America. The country was called Ghana in Africa. One early Saturday morning, Mkeke's mother, Annie, called her and her two sisters to her room. Kalanja, Akela, Mkeke, come here. The girls came promptly to her room. He said, "Girl, today I want you to take Mkeke down to the ocean because she's never been there before. But there's a couple of things I want you to remember. One, I want you to take some food. I want you to take some grapes, some bananas, some fufu, some cola nuts, and some water. Because you'll die if you don't drink water. Two, don't get in the water because you might get eaten by a shark or a barracuda or something. And three, you better have your black tails back here before it gets dark, or else you get the whipping of your life." So the girls did what their mother said, and they left out to go down to the ocean. In order to get to the ocean, Mkeke and her two sisters had to go through the forest. While they went through the forest, Mkeke sang her favorite song. It went like this.
Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye.
When they got down to the ocean, Mkeke looked at all that water. She'd never seen anything like that before. She said to herself, "Wow, look at all that water." The girls played on the ocean front all day, and during that time, Mkeke found a seashell. She put it to her ear. This fascinated Mkeke, so she played, she made sandcastles, but after a while, it started getting dark, and the older sister Kalanja said, "Akela and Mkeke, it's getting dark. We better leave now because you remember what Mama said." That's when the middle sister Akela said, "That's right, and Mkeke, you got me in trouble last week, so let's go now." Mkeke didn't like to listen to her older sisters all the time. She said, "I'm coming, I'm coming." That's when Kalanja said, "Come on, Mkeke, I'm serious. We need to leave now, because if we get home and it's dark, we're gonna get in trouble." And Akela said, "That's right, Mkeke, and we're your older sister, so you do as we says. Now come." Mkeke, being belligerent, said, "I'm coming, I'm coming. Hold your horses." Two older sisters got very angry and they left. They said, "Mkeke, you're gonna get in trouble, so we'll see you when you get home." Mkeke stayed out there on the beach for another 5 minutes or so. It started getting very, very dark. She decided maybe she ought to leave and catch up to her sisters. So she started walking towards the forest. And just as she took a left, she heard a voice behind her. It said, "Hey, you, come here." As Mkeke turned around, she heard the voice deep within her head. It seems like it had a power over her. She looked to the right, and on a large boulder sat a strange green creature. The creature had long, sharp, pointy ears to match his long, sharp, pointy teeth. As she looked into the creature's eyes, they rolled and twirled and swirled around and around. He told her to come closer, so she did. The creature said, "Hey girl, hey, you wanna see? I got a magical drum. You wanna see what makes it magical?" Mkeke said, "I wanna see a magical drum." The creature said, "Fine then, come a little closer now." As Mkeke approached, she looked at the drum. The creature opened up the drum. She couldn't see anything inside. She said, "I can't see." That's when the creature said, "Well now, come a little closer then." Poor Mkeke came closer and closer. She got a little bit closer. She said, "I can't see." The creature said, "Well now, come a little closer then." Mkeke came closer. She got right in front of the creature. She looked deep into the drum. She didn't see anything. She said, "I can't see." He said, "That's right, girl, now come here." And he grabbed her. He threw her in the drum, and he closed the drum down over her. Boop, 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 boop. He said, "Now, girl, you do what I tell you to do, or else you'll never see your family again. When I hit the drum, you better sing that song you sing, or else I won't feed you, and you'll die, and you'll never see your family again." He said, "Oh, please let me go. I have to get home or else I'm gonna get in trouble." He said, "I don't care, girl. Shut your lip. Now, when I hit the drum like so, boop, you better sing that song you sing, or else I won't feed you, and you'll die, and you'll never see your family again." Poor Mkeke said, "Okay." When Mkeke went to sleep, she was awoken to the sound of the creature carrying her in the drum to the next village. When they got to the village, all the people were in the middle of the village. The evil Gimli said, "Okay, gather round now. Come, hear me magical drum sing." Well, there was an old wise woman in that village. She took one look at that Gimli. She knew he was bad. She said, "He don't have no magical drum. He's crazy." The Gimli looked at the woman and said, "Yes, I do. All you have to do is give me some gold, some food, and one diamond, and I'll make me drum sing." The old woman looked at him. She said, And she went back in her house. Well, the rest of the people, they wanted to hear the magical drum. They said, "Okay, make the drum sing. We'll give you what you want." The Gimli said, "Fine then. Stand back while I say the magical words." And with that, Mkeke started to sing her song. It went,
"Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye."
When the people heard that, they all said, "It really is a magical drum." And they gave the Gimli what he wanted. So he took his gold, his food, and his one diamond to the middle of the forest, and there he had a royal feast. He had chicken and yams and all types of vegetables and fruits. He took one small piece of chicken and he gave it to Mkeke. He said, "Here, girl, eat this." So when Mkeke ate it, she said, "Oh, please, can I have just a little bit more? I'm so hungry." He said, "Shut your lips, girl. You don't get no more. And remember what I told you. When I hit the drum like so, boop, you better sing that song you sing, or else I won't feed you, and you'll die, and you'll never see your family again." Poor Mkeke heard this. She said, "Okay." Again, she went to sleep. Well, the next morning, they got up and they went to another village. When they got to the middle of the village, the Gimli looked at all the people. He said, "Okay, gather round now. Come, hear me magical drum sing." There was a different old woman in that village. She also looked at that Gimli. She said, "He don't have no magical drum. He's crazy." The Gimli said, "Yes, I do. All you have to do is give me some gold, some food, and one diamond, and I'll make my drum sing, you old bat." She decided to go back into her house. She said, Well, at that time, put his hand up in the air. He said, "Step back while I say my magical words." He hit the drum. Mkeke sang her famous song. It went,
"Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye."
Again, the people said, "It really is a magical drum." They gave the Gimli what he wanted. So he took his gold, his food, and his one diamond to the middle of the forest, and there he had a royal feast. The feast had fish, potatoes, all types of vegetables, good things to eat. He gave Mkeke a small piece of fish. He said, "Here, girl, eat this." She ate that. She was still starving. She said, "Oh, please, Mr. Gimli man, please have a little more, just a little more." He said, "Well, since you asked so nice like that, shut your lips, girl. You don't get no more. Now, you remember what I told you?" She said, "Yes." That night, she prayed to Nyame, which for the Ashanti people means God. She prayed that she would see her mother again, and she apologized for not listening to her sisters. She went to sleep and had a good sleep. The next morning, the Gimli grabbed the drum. They went to another village. This particular time, though, there were two little girls walking past the entrance of the village. They were holding their backside saying, "Oh, Mama got us good the other night." Because these two little girls were Mkeke's sisters, Kalanja and Akela. For the night that they had come home, their mother was waiting for them. She said, "Hey girls, how you do? You have a good time down the ocean?" They said, "Yes, Mama," but she said, "Did you go in the water?" They said, "No, Mama." She said, "Did you eat your food?" They said, "Yes, Mama," but she said, "Did Mkeke have a good time?" They said, "Yes, Mama," but she said, "What is this but, Mama, but?" "What?" They said, "Well, see, we was coming home, and see, what had happened was, see, we had told Mkeke to come, and she had told us to hold our horses, and we left her." The mother said, "Oh, I see. You went down the ocean, you had a good time, you got back before it got dark, and you ate your food." They said, "Yes." She said, "And you mean to tell me you left your 5-year-old sister down the ocean by herself? I'm gonna whip your tails, come!" Those poor girls got torn that night. Well, they were walking by. Mkeke happened to be humming her song inside the drum. She was saying, Kalanja said to Akela, "Akela, you hear that?" Akela said, "Yeah, that sounds like." And they both said at the same time, "Mkeke, let's go tell Baba." And they both ran to their home. When they got to their home, their father, who was a huge, muscular man, was walking around the house. He was upset. He had his fists balled. He was saying, "You wait till I find out who took me, Mkeke. Somebody done took me, Mkeke, right from underneath my nose. I'll break him in two." When they got home, they said, "Baba, Baba." He said, what? He said, we know where Mkeke is. He said, what's that? You found Mkeke? You know where Mkeke is? Take me to Mkeke. He took his time and he grabbed up his favorite stick, which had a sharp point on the end. And they all ran back to town. When they got to the middle of the town, there was an old man. She said, hey man, where you go? He said, watch out, I gotta get something. He said, wait, slow down, let me tell you something. He said, fine, because in those times, people had respect for their elders and the wisdom that they could bring. The old man said, you see that green creature right there? He said, yes. He said, that is the Gimli man. Gimli man has very strange and mystical powers. They can change into all types of animals and things. You have to be very, very careful when dealing with him. Mkeke's father said, thank you, old man. That is some useful information. Well, at that time, the Gimli had got to the middle of the village. He said, okay, gather round now. Come, hear me magical drums sing. Well, an old woman in that village who also came out, she looked at him, she said, he don't have no magical drum. He's crazy. The Gimli said, yes, I do. All you have to do is give me some gold, some food, 1 diamond, and I'll make me drum sing. The old woman said, She went back in her home. But the rest of the people, they said, we'll give you what you want, make the drums sing. That's when Mkeke's father stood up. He said, hold it, Mr. Gimli man. We don't want you to know where we hide our gold. So, you're going to have to go down to that hut, close the door, and we'll call you when we get ready. The Gimli said, fine, but you better have my money when I come back, and my food and my gold. Gimli put down the drum. He went and he walked and he went into a hut, closed the door behind him. Mkeke's father pulled open the drum, and guess who popped out? Mkeke. She looked at her father, she said, Baba. He said, come on. And he ran and he put her in the hut with the old woman. He said, you stay here, I'm gonna go take care of this. Then he went back. He grabbed a large bag of sand. He poured the sand inside the drum. When he covered it back up, it felt like Mkeke was still in the drum. Now all the people in the village saw this, so they knew that Gimli was a liar. That's when Mkeke's father said, okay, Mr. Gimli man, come back now. Make the drum sing now. The Gimli came back. He said, fine. He picked up the drum. He said, now, stand back while I say me magical words. But when he hit the drum, nothing happened. The Gimli started looking embarrassed. He said, oh, give me a minute, I have to fix my drum. And he ran over to a corner. He said, hey, you better wake up in there. It's time for you to sing your song. When I hit the drum like so, boop, or else I won't feed you and you'll die. He went back, he said, oh, okay, I fixed my drum, All the people said, The Gimli again said, but when he hit the drum, nothing happened. The people all said, That Gimli started to get upset. He ran back in the corner one more time. He said, if you don't sing that song, you will never see your family again. You better sing now. He went back. He said, okay, I fixed my drum. I fixed it now. But nothing ever happened. So the Gimli started getting angry. His red eyes started turning around and around in his head. He started growing. He said, who has messed with my drum? That's when Mkeke's father stood up. He said, it was I, because you tried to steal me daughter. The Gimli said, fine then. I I will eat you instead. And turned into a gigantic tiger. And he ran at me. People took their spears and their shields, and they said, back, back. After that, the Gimli turned into a gigantic bear. And he ran at people. People said, back, back. Mkeke's father took his stick, which had the sharp point at the end, and he stuck him in the leg. The Gimli said, backside! He turned into a gigantic bird and started to fly. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. He flew around and around the village. He said, well now, you foiled my plans, but you better watch your sons and daughters, cause if you don't, I'll get them. Well, no one in Mkeke's village ever saw the Gimli again. But sometimes, when it was dark outside and the wind was cold, if you listened deep into the center of the village in the forest, you could hear. Now the moral to the story is, children can never trust a stranger. Also, listen to your mothers and fathers until you're wise enough to make your own decisions. Learn from the tale of Mkeke.
Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, down by the ocean, down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. I open up my third eye. Open up my third eye. I like to put on lotion. Open up my third eye. Down by the ocean, I like to put on lotion. Then I open up my third eye. Open up my third eye.
Learn from the tale of Mkeke.